Testing. Testing my microphone. Testing my microphone. Testing my microphone, and that's not what that is. That should be that? No. That? No. No. Delete. Remove. Yes. New. New window capture. Okay. Okay. There it is. Make it smaller. Put it up there. Make it smaller. Put it up there. There it is. Matt Laszlo, hello. How's my audio levels? Hope they're not too quiet. And I am going back to Photoshop, making this a little bit smaller so I can read the chat at the same time. Like that. Minimize that. Look at that. Real quiet. Matt says the audio is good. Daily Drivers says the audio is real quiet. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, the VUs look pretty small. Properties. Yeah, okay. Advanced audio properties. DIJ mics. I can up the volume. Let's up the volume. 400%. Is that better? Hope that's better. Seems to be favoring the left channel. What if I kick it up the right channel? That's better. Little left, little right. That looks dead on. Audio better. Audio better. Thank you, way better. Awesome. Good. Sounds balanced now. Very good. Sound coming from the channel. What are you saying? Sound coming from which channel? Sound coming from the left channel a tad more. Okay, so it's favoring the left channel. I'm looking at the VU meters and they're almost matched. You should start doing OnlyFans, except it's no nudity, just beefy hunks pushing the giveaway cars around. See, that's what I'm here to talk about. Chaz says it sounds balanced. Okay, good. It's still cold. It's still cold. Even though it's May, it's still cold, and my head's cold, and my ears are cold, and everything's cold. So, I'm tired of doing the giveaways. I enjoy the money that I get from them, but League Soup, hello. I enjoy the money that I get from the giveaways, but I'm not enjoying the amount of time that they take. I think the amount of money that I get from the giveaways is worth the time investment into them. But we've been doing them for so long that I look forward to when I don't have to do them. Because there's extra content I have to produce around them, and the content itself is cut and dry and boring and not very stimulating for me. The giveaways are work, nothing more. And I feel that once I've made enough money to pay for Australia, I don't want to do them anymore. The motivation to do them is gone. So, but at the same time, I've become used to the extra bump in revenue that I've received from them. over the past couple of years. Justin Curry says, you need to do an RCR road trip. I'd love to do an RCR road trip if I didn't feel shackled down by these giveaways. It's something I talked to Justin about before. And the answer would be have someone else edit the video. But it's more than that. Can you recall in school, or maybe you're still in school, the sensation of having a weekend ruined because there's a test on Monday, or having Christmas vacation ruined because there's a big project due? It's this thing that always hangs over my head that never really goes away. So all the other projects I want to do with RCR, like road trips and short films and collaborations with other people, are limited because I have to be here in Pennsylvania to do these car giveaways. Jonathan Kamen says, crazy taxi road trip. Yes. I want to do content for RCR where I am no longer shackled by having, and also no longer shackled by having to kick out Monday morning videos, or a Monday morning video all the time. That's what I want. I want to not have to worry about having a video produced every Monday. Gary Snyder says, it sounds like you know what you want to do, but the money is what's holding you back. Are there any possible revenue streams? Yes, there's YouTube memberships and there's Patreon. That would require us to, just got a text. Hold on, a hiker needs my attention. He's asking me if cash only, cash or Venmo. What were we talking about? Oops, I dad clicked. I accidentally opened DaVinci Resolve. The stream may shutter for a moment. There it goes. Now I need the chat back. Where did I put it? There it is. Mark says, I want to appreciate you've been super open with the community. This is extremely rare with the exception of Savage Geese, probably. What did Savage Geese recently say? Daily Drive says, it's tough in a world in which you direct and produce these videos once a month. Is there a world in which you direct and produce these videos once a month and then hand off shooting it? Yeah, that would require me to spend money on help. Because right now there is no team. There's no nothing. It's just myself and Nick. One solution is for me to go out on the road trip, leave Nick behind. Nick already produces one video a month, but usually during that time when he's producing the video, I'm working on the giveaway video, so I don't really have freedom. I'm still shackled to Pennsylvania. I can't really leave. And that's what I want to do. I want to leave, I want to go somewhere. Italian nice 678. Thank you for the donation. Thank you. Please allow me to give away this to you because I've been enjoying your content for a long time. Well, thank you. If I do memberships, YouTube memberships, I will need to produce other sorts of content as well as a reward for memberships, which again would I've noticed I do this a lot. I start a sentence and then I pause. I get sort of lost in it, or I don't know where the sentence is ending. My dad does that, and we all turn into our fathers. I'm also wondering if this is the debt that all my concussions over the years, I wonder if this is the debt that all my concussions over the years are now calling to collect, because I need to speak in complete sentences. I skied a lot in the days before people wore helmets, and I knocked myself a lot in the head. So I confess that probably as I age, there will be brain damage from that will eventually start to manifest. And I'm wondering if these pauses in speech that I don't remember having before may be the result of head injuries over the years. Would you consider a podcast? I would pay to listen to you, the Roman, and anybody else talk about cars, trends. Yeah, I mean, right over there's our old mics. We used to podcast every single week. When Nick lived closer to here, he would drive up and we would podcast. And when I move, I'm going to be moving somewhere along the Lansdale-Doylestown SEPTA line. That's where I want to move to. And that'll put me closer to Nick as well, so he could come over. And also I would just be around more people. So that would be fun when I'm closer to Philly. Colin Hubbard says, thanks for making the Learning to be Gay video. I have a friend that I'm trying to help through the situation. I want to treat him with all the love I have, but it's hard for me to understand. Well, thanks for being open that it's hard for you to understand and actually saying it's hard for you to understand, because a lot of well-meaning straight people try to offer their condolences, but they can only imagine what it's like. I sometimes say that growing up in the closet feels like you're forever walking to the principal's office. You think you're mildly in trouble all the time because people may find out. That was the way it felt for me. Oh, the computer may be lagging as it loads all these pictures. Craig says, I hang out near Doylestown sometimes. The Australia trip has been a huge milestone to hit. I hope you aren't getting remorse about what you've needed to do in order to achieve this. The fans understand. I hope they do. Space Cut 72 says, no giveaways required. I like your content as it is. Not looking for free lunches. Why not just Patreon like other YouTube seem to be doing now? Yeah, Patreon would definitely. We have a Patreon. Right now there are no tiers, there's no nothing. There's just either give $1 or give $2. But we don't do anything with it. There's no rewards because I don't have time. But if the giveaways end, I get more time. Daily Drive says, Doylestown, there's a 69 Mach 1 428 in a museum collection if you want to shoot it there. Shoot what there? Shoot a podcast there? Shoot that car? The 69 Mach 1 428. I'm even unfamiliar with the 428. Thought it ended with the 427, but oh well. I doubt they'd hand a car like that to me. Chaz says, came out at 34 and your video is very relatable. Thank you. The One Kia says, good evening, Mr. Regular. Have you considered monetizing your B-roll library of reviewed cars by licensing the footage in a media library or a footage service? I haven't thought about that. I don't know how to do that. You might be able to get some income. Yeah, maybe. I don't know how I would go about that. It's Matto with, once again, donations, our fixer for Australia. Thank you so much for donating. You don't have to because you're going to take care of us when we're down there. But thank you, Matt. It's good to hear from you. Just going to throw some more Australian money after you if you don't mind me. Well, I won't stop you. Thank you. Boz says that he does $10 on Patreon. Brian, did you hear this rumor about Pontiac coming back? No, I didn't. Matt Motoring sold his Bullet Mustang. Teary Video says he can't afford to keep it. Well, it was like a 69 or like a vintage one. I hope nothing that happens to me. I don't have expensive tastes except when it comes to... No, I don't really have expensive tastes. The only thing I waste money on is flying first class, but that's an emotional thing for me, and I don't fly very often, so that's just a few $1,000s here and there. But yeah, the Galaxy Crazy Taxi isn't a collector car. It's not the most amount of money I spent on anything. The most expensive car I had is the Nairo. But that's just because it's an EV. This is me cheaply correcting the stills for a future video. The super lazy way, because I've got hundreds of them to do, is just doing the old Photoshop shadow and highlight. Good enough for YouTube. JJ says, need a Mr. Regular company with Mr. Regular boss and more employees or something. Interesting. Maybe you could hit a couple years of car meet tour. It would be more of the official car hub sort of content, but you could use it to find some crazy projects. Yeah, people seem to like those. Gibson Buick says, oh, here's some gas money from an electric car driver. Well, thank you. It still becomes gas money. I mean, we have the Forerunner that films the show, and also Crazy Taxi, which loves to drink. DeClaw77 says, YouTube sounds like it's being N-poopified. Not sure what that means. It's definitely YouTube craves clean content. Like nothing content. But that's just me being gripey about not being able to say drippy and disgusting things. It's the Costanza says, I recommend watching Lansdale SEPTA train ride videos. They show every station you might want to live near. So like demonstrations of what the SEPTA train stations are like? Is that what you're saying? Like, hone in on those guys who have done all the research on the development of the car and revamped it. I'm not sure what you're talking about. When is the next event I'll be at? The next event I will be at, and I need to make a post about it, is June 29th. That is a Saturday at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. That is the RCR Car Show in conjunction with Too Many Games, the video game show. Same place we had it last year. Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, June 29th, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Do a road trip I love road trip diaries. I love those diaries when all I have to do is just vomit on the page. I don't have to worry about producing videos. They're fantastic. Hey, Mr. Regular, can you create some more key tags? Yeah, I'd like to. How do you find a balance between all this monetization stuff and having a life outside of your YouTube channel? That's what I'd like to know. I suppose the answer would be being okay with making less money. Have you ever hung out with Corbin Goodwin? Yes. Many years ago in LA, I went to his house when he was still living with his parents. Mark Johnson said that real fart in the S2000 trunk was legendary. Thank you. That was funny. The 4Runner itself, the head unit isn't working. The cheap Jensen head unit won't turn on. It's done that before and eventually it turns back on, so that's another thing I need to do is go out, go fetch the 4Runner, bring it into my garage and start carefully taking off the dash to get the head unit out. In the past, when it really protested that way, I just took it out, put it back in, and then it worked again. But this time, I think I need to swap it just with my old Kenwood head unit that I had in the Forester when I had that car. A long time ago, you talked about applying for a producing job with Motor Week. Do you still aspire to produce content in the traditional media channels, or are you no longer interested in that? I'm mildly interested in it. Some sort of different scenery. I know my friend Jim told me about an analyst and set me up with a meeting with a brand analyst to create a campaign for regular car reviews to try to figure out what our target audience is, what they want, etc. And I was open to it until he told me how much it would cost, and even friend prices were about $8,000 to create this campaign. And it was more than I was expecting. And to some YouTubers that may be pocket change, but to me, it really did feel like a lot. And I told him I'd think about it. I have a note on my calendar to email him tomorrow. And I suppose I should just be truthful with the answer. Like, I like the idea of analyzing the audience of RCR to find out what they want, what they spend money on, etc. But with this Australia trip coming up, every dollar I make counts. So I'll see you next year. I suppose that's the answer. Of course, next year I'll be moving out of the Appalachian Mountains and down toward Philly. So my money will probably all be wrapped up in moving and such. Can you export out metrics on videos like revenue, watch time, video length, and interaction radios? Of course, yes. When you say export them, I don't know what that means. I'm thinking that means screenshot, but I can't be sure. Robert Kirshner had a very cheeky thing to say. We're all broke. There's our revenue. Will you revive the Silver Shadow again? I don't know what you mean. The Silver Shadow, the Rolls-Royce Silver Shadow? I don't think we, that wasn't my car, that was someone else's. With the Chevy 350 in it. Boz says no, like in Excel. If you can, I'm unaware of how you do it. Gun Tanks in Space says, hey, Mr. Regular, how are you? I'm feeling... I know this is like when you hear someone, how are you doing? They say, I'm tired. But I have been noticing, like, even though the weather's been getting better, I seem to be looking forward to bed every day. I wonder if I'm not getting enough vitamins. What else have people said? Have you considered hiring more help? Yes, I don't have the money. Andrew Lovedo says, huge fans, always get a treat when I get to catch you guys streaming. Hope all is well in Pennsylvania. Well, thank you. Lately, see, there's another car show like this coming Sunday. And all the cool stuff happens down near Philly. And I'm stuck up here. And it's 2 hours to get down there. No, it's not. It's an hour and a half. It's 2 hours. It's always 2 hours. Philly is always 2 hours or more. And I can't wait to go down there, actually live in the Philly area so I don't have to be alone all the time. Fred says, I used to watch RCR religiously every Monday. Somewhere along the line that stopped being true. I like to resume this ritual. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Check with the doctor, but you probably need some vitamin D supplements. Well, I got some vitamin D3 here. I can take some of this. This is leftover from the Athletic Greens sponsorship. Any RCR shows planned this summer? Want to bring my AW11 down from Canada. Wow, that's a drive. June 29th, Greater Philadelphia Expo Center, Oaks, Pennsylvania. That is done in conjunction with Too Many Games. Ivan Murdalai just has an odd question. What phone do you have? iPhone 11. I had, Gameit says I had to start taking 600 mcg, what is mcg, a day to see a difference. Amount per serving, 25. So you needed 6,000. Okay. All right. You should definitely consider pushing your Patreon. You don't necessarily need content to be exclusive to Patreon. Okay. Micrograms. Oops, wrong live screen. Micrograms. Oh, that reminds me, I got to restock some vitamin D2. Micrograms. So what, should I just take a whole bunch of this stuff? Does it work automatically? Tastes like olive oil. Also, I've been over 250 at over 6 feet my whole life. Okay. Oh, there you go. There's the yawn. I had some coffee today. I didn't even publish that I'm doing this stream. I should do that right now. View your channel. There we go. Posted to Twitter. Now where was I? It's like Memento with me all the time. There's that. And give me the stream back. There it is. Did you find out who slashed your tires? No one slashed my tires. That was just an example of, that was hyperbole. Question, do you have any personal gripes with EVs specifically? Like personal gripes? No. No, I do not. I own one. Specifically the 2010s range. Everyone I talked to is trying to ward me away since I'm still getting used one in a few years. I mean, well, battery degradation is a real thing. I've noticed a little bit of it with my Kia Niro. So your range may not have the capacity as the years go on, as you charge it and it discharges a whole bunch of times. That could be a thing, just like any other battery. There are ways to mitigate that, one of which is to not charge it up to 100% all the time. Most EVs and most chargers will have the option to charge it to 50, 70, 80, 90%, because lithium-ion battery packs like to live within, they like to be between like 40 and 60. That's where they like to live, or 20 and 80. They don't like to be discharged all the way, and they don't like to just charge them all the way up, which is a problem with phones because, you know, you need 100% on your phone, but cars, not really. You don't need to have it at 100% all the time. Especially with the way, this is just being charged through a USB cable, right? Sometimes not even that, just through wireless charging. But a car on level 2 is pulling 220 volts at 30 amps. You know, that's a welder. Or that's an electric stove with all burners on full and the oven on as hot as it goes. That's the amount of electricity you're pulling and shoving into the battery. And then fast charging is even wilder. Depending on where you end up, you could create a lot of old style GoPro on the head videos of you exploring roads in your new region. I would be very interested in that style of content again. Just me GoPro on my head driving around. I heard after a time that early EVs are coming up on needing new batteries. Yeah, Kia did have a recall with some of their Kia Soul batteries. I know my friend Foster is still waiting on the dealership to replace his after a year. Thank goodness they've been giving him loaner cars. My YouTube just says your Patreon can just be your video earlier on YouTube. That's true. That also means I need to release them earlier, have them done earlier. Would be a strain on Nick, but that is an option. Interviews with the owners of the cars you would drive would be good on Patreon content. I suppose, yeah. Oh, excuse me. Every EV is going to need their battery replaced. The point is how frequently. That's true. Any future collabs with Veronica? Yes. Yes, Veronica will be back. Probably back multiple times. Baz says, honestly, just push the Patreon. There's a few I sub to, and they rarely do anything like 1 cent a postcard. Chris Board doesn't even do the live streams anymore. The mic volume is a little low. I mean, I know I could just eat it right here, right? The mic volume is a little low. Now I'm going to lay here and you can hear the microphone on. Yeah, there you go. Oh, excuse me. Oh, it was 6,000 IU, not micrograms for vitamin D. Please don't OD on the D. What is this year A8? Is it 2005? I think this is an what is it? 07. This is for an upcoming video. Then I'm doing some color correcting and balancing here. Leaks gun tanks in space as regular mic 4. Nice. Oh, excuse me again. Is someone mowing the lawn outside? Yes, someone is mowing the lawn outside. Not my lawn. I need to honestly pee, and I don't think you want the microphone there for that. So have fun listening to the neighbor mow the lawn. It's weird, like when I put the microphone this close to me with the GoPros, it gets all blown out, so I need to have it down on the shirt pocket. But here on the computer, not so much. I need to have it way up top. It's Matto again. Thank you so much. Take a month break to make some exclusive content, then go back to the regular schedule. I would love that. I would love to make some exclusive content. Mitz Matto says, also call me on Discord soon. Okay. Yeah, I told Nick on Wednesday, which was yesterday, that he and I are going to be buying our plane tickets for Australia next month. And when we do that, or before we do that, we need to have a call with you just to make sure everything's okay, that we're buying it for the right time. What kind of horn is on that three-wheeler? You know, I never even hit the horn button, so I wouldn't know. I suppose it's just a regular car horn. Cheap Amazon dash cam with voice recording. No major editing. Upload raw random car spotting day to day. Commentary from you or Roman as shorts. So, okay. So just a dash cam video of us driving around, commenting on cars. Is that what you're talking about? If you will it, it is no dream, dude, right? RCR OnlyFans. You know, I'm talking to somebody who also did adult content, and they were telling me that it's 3 days out of their week where it's nothing but posing and making content and stuff like that. I didn't ask them what their ROI was, but they told me that OnlyFans, like YouTube, pays in quantity, not quality. You just have to keep kicking out content. Otherwise, you lose OnlyFans subscribers if you're not constantly making content, constantly feeding the beast with calm. Marky says you could push out non-car related content on this channel. Right, on Regular and Roman is whatever Nick and I want to do. So if I do videos of me at furry conventions, then obviously it would go here, not the main channel. I think the difference is how the GoPro and whatever use their pull audio from the lav mic desktop to amplify line-in audio or whatever connection they use now, hopefully not Bluetooth. Get you and your fellow YouTube journalists to do an old school calendar. Play Five Nights at Freddy's would be an awesome time. I'm not into scary video games. I like video games where I can just turn my brain off for a while. That's what I like. It's also been a while since I listened to an album all the way through. That's something I'd like to do when I move closer to people. I have this okay house here up in the hills. Well, it's not mine, I rent it from Greg, but I never have people over because I don't know how to entertain them. Sometimes when Ben still lived up here, I didn't know what to do when I had people over. So like, you want to just live stream with me, and that's entertaining. And we just do a podcast, and they were happy with that. But I feel that I like to be at a party, but not be the reason for the party. Because car meets take a lot out of me because I don't like being the center of attention. I can do it. I can just turn on for a while, and that's great. But after the car meets are over, you know, this is like an introvert thing. After the car meet is over, I just want to go back to my hotel room, lie, take my glasses off so I have a very narrow depth of field, lie down on the bed, and just look at my phone for a while in silence. It's like, you know, your energy tank is dead after that. That doesn't mean at car shows don't come up to me. It's why I'm there. It's just afterwards, do you want to hang out? It's like, yes, I would love to. But can I please just lie face down on a bed just for a little while and recharge? And then I will come back out again. Ryan Smith says, yeah, you got to be nonverbal for a while. You mentioned in your last video that someone suggested doing a Malaise era giveaway. I did. I want to. Honestly, I would totally buy a mug for a chance to win a K car or even a pre-Kennedy era car. Hell yeah. But it is Justin Burnash's money, and he is going to buy what statistically is going to guarantee you make your money back. He has taken chances. He definitely took a chance with that Mini Coupe, that Mark 6 Mini Cooper, which I adored that car. That was so much fun, but it didn't make its money back. Justin lost money on that car. I didn't lose money. It wasn't my money, and I got to have it for a month, but he lost money on that car, which sucked. Matto says, it's not like being the center of attention begs to question whether or not YouTube is really for you. Sorry to be blunt, but YouTube seems to favor big personalities. Yeah, it does. It does. Ugh. But I like making videos. I like producing. I don't mind being on camera. I mean, I like being behind the camera. I like being I like being the voice. I like voice acting. I don't have a reel or anything. Streaming at the moment. Whoops. Sorry, caps. Wants me to look at the been wild, mainly doing nothing at all for a while.
Are you tired of people stealing your cats? Cash them in yourself and get one of these O2 sensor simulators. The old sensor spacer trick works pretty good, but it doesn't work on everything, so we need to be a little more sneaky. Grab your most redneck looking test light and find the 12-volt supply. Next you want to poke around to find a ground, or the low reference they call it, which is non-existent on this truck. Well, my test light's working. This guy's got a bigger...
Gold wrenching. We're watching a video on... I don't know if I can get away with this on YouTube where I can just stream someone else's TikTok, which is now on YouTube Shorts, which is something or else. I don't know if I'm allowed to do this or not. But I think I can get away with just the audio. But I don't know if I can post it in here. Maybe I can post it in here? Can I post it in the chat? See if it goes, see if that comes up. Now, that's what we're watching. Well, let's see. Reply. Thank you for this. Going to attempt to play it on stream. I know I can just place the microphone here. Put that there.
Problems. So as you probably guessed, the red wire gets hooked up to the 12-volt supply. Black goes to the low reference. or you can use the chassis ground here on the frame, which is what I'm going to do because this truck doesn't know if it's coming or going. Wrap her up real pretty like, no sparky. And if you got more than one secondary O2 sensor, you can run this other yellow wire here to that. After you lengthen it, there's not much to work with. There's a lot of copper thieves out there too. Oh, and don't forget to cut the signal wire so the sensor doesn't rat on you. Suppose I should have done that up top. Should have been a parts guy. Are you tired of people stealing your cats? Cash them in yourself and get one of these O2 sensor simulators. The old sensor spacer trick works pretty good, but it doesn't work on everything. So we need to be a little more sneaky. Grab your most redneck looking test light and find the 12-volt supply. Next you want to poke around to find the ground, or the low reference they call it, which is non-existent on this truck. Well, my test light's working. This guy's got bigger problems. So as you probably guessed, the red wire gets hooked up to the 12-volt supply, black goes to the low reference, or you can use the chassis ground here on the frame, which is what I'm going to do because this truck doesn't know if it's coming or going. Wrap her up real pretty like, no sparky. And if you got more than one secondary O2 sensor, you can run this other yellow wire here to that. After you lengthen it, there's not much to work with. There's a lot of copper thieves out there too. Oh, and don't forget to cut the signal wire so the sensor doesn't rat on you. Suppose I should have done that up top. Should have been a parts guy. Are you tired of people?
Okay, so that's a way for me. When I move out of Schuylkill County, I am no longer, the 4Runner is going to have to pass emissions. Now right now it doesn't, but that doesn't matter because in Schuylkill County, there I clicked on DaVinci Resolve again. Gotta wait for it to load. Oh. So the 4Runner is throwing a trouble code, which is an evap code, but in my county, we don't have emissions regulations here, so it doesn't matter. My 4Runner passes. But it's running aftermarket cats, and Toyota ECUs don't like aftermarket cats. They throw codes. So when I move out of Schuylkill County, I'm going to have to get that truck to pass emissions. So the choice is buy all OEM Toyota parts, could be a $2,000 bill, or find a way to trick the O2 sensor to think everything's fine so it'll pass emissions for the first time in its life. That's what we're dealing with. Time for Mr. Regular to become a furry YouTuber, VTuber. Is there money in? I don't know how to be cute. I'm 40 years old, for fuck's sake. I have a voice that sounds like this. What would people want to listen to me talk about childlike things? I mean, I saw his FurryCon video and could be a supporter and definitely excited as something to sound on would be. That was a weird shot right there. Not going to change it. Gambit, something says, yep, I've been teaching high school for 16 years, respect. I'm pretty much ready to walk away from it. Yeah, that was my impression with teaching as well. It's a young man's game. And when you stay in teaching, or at least it appeared to me, you need to really be in love with it. And if you're not, you can either be one of those teachers that just accepts that this is their fate and just counts down the days until retirement. But then what kind of life is that? Where life begins at 67 and a half, where you have maybe 8 more years of a good working mind and body before it becomes time to take the forever nap. Rise Again says spark plug defowlers will work assuming they don't see them during inspection. Don't know what those are. Scan it and figure out which part of the evap system is broken. Probably seal somewhere or a bad charcoal canister. Could even be something as simple as a bad seal on the gas cap. Just watch Hoovy Live, V, Shiro, Phase Connect, or whatever. Those agency VTubers aren't cute on the inside, only their models are. Oh, I'm not sure what you're referring to. I have to imagine teaching in the iPhone era is the draconian twist difficulty mode. Yeah, who knows? Ryan Smith says summer enthusiast. Yeah, exactly. When I was teaching, I looked forward to the summer almost as with equal fervor and excitement as I did when I was a student. I still get sad when when the end of August comes around, even though my life is pretty much forever summer vacation. Although these giveaways do feel like schoolwork. Can't you keep the Forerunner registered with Nick or RCR and LLC's office? No, because Nick lives in I think in Lower Berks County, and Berks County has emissions. Schuylkill County is the southernmost county that doesn't have emissions in Pennsylvania. Has anybody ever done a property deep dive into? Yes, Frederick Knudsen did. Down the Rabbit Hole, that channel. He did a deep dive all the way back to its beginnings in the 70s. I'm gonna have a call with Matto soon. Well, there, just on stream, I did all this photo work I wasn't meaning to do. I could just close that. Finally open DaVinci Resolve. What are we doing next? Dodge Dart. What ones can I get rid of? Short form. Yeah, I can delete that video. Oops. Oh man. Clicked in the wrong one. My dad clicked. I need to open this, get a new window capture. Open DaVinci Resolve again. I don't need the crazy taxi, can delete that. Brian's journal, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything with that. Delete. Factor bumper, I need that. 5.7K stuff, I need that. Happel's video hasn't gone up yet, keep that. S2K needs one more video. Short form Buick Riviera, I don't need that anymore, delete that. New project. New project is, cancel. It is, there it is, copy. New project, 2015 Dodge Dart. Make this window smaller so I can see the chat. And go to DaVinci, go to OBS. New window capture, okay. Resolve, okay. Make smaller. Make smaller. There it is. Put it behind me. There it is. Okay. Unless it was a different one. Every year, Pittsburgh, PA. Have you ridden in Hoovy's cars? I don't know. Have I even met Hoovy? I don't know if I have. Is he in Nebraska? Drag all this stuff in there. File, new timeline. I don't use project settings. Go to format. We don't do an Ultra HP. It's regular 1080p at 59.94. Create. There it is. Timeline. There it is. Control A. Grab it. Oh, wise guy, huh? Yeah, everything but the why am I doing this the hard way? Control A, no, Control A, Control click, there it is. There's everything. Crossover Firebird, Wichita, Kansas. Oh, okay. So jealous on nothing goes on in Virginia, plus I'd like to go if I get a partial or something. Yeah. Just gave my son a 2011 Camry. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Swap gas cap, smoke tested, no leaks. He lives in Idaho, so no inspection, but he's OCT like me, so the CEL knows him like crazy, right? I felt like I am a different component of the RCR community when I first saw consideration about the raffles. What do you mean? I think I know what you mean. Why am I doing rotation when I can just do it the better way? Need some shadow. Shadows, boom, there we go. Good enough, good enough. As if parading your car company as a tribe name wasn't sacrilegious enough, they make you tribe into an uninspired crossover final result. Not sure what that means either. It took me a minute to realize this was live. Oh, okay. Off the wall question, have you considered reaching out to some of the regional dealers in Pennsylvania and asking them if they need someone to operate their YouTube channel for them? Those channels aren't good. Do I want to deal with a car dealer? I don't know. Time to make this video look poppy. Color boost. Ooh, that doesn't look good. Saturation? A little better. Highlights? No. It was a weird day that day. Color's all weird and messed up. Lumamix? No. Shows you how much I know about video editing. Or color correction and stuff like that. I just move sliders around until stuff looks like how I like to want it to look like when I look at it. If that makes sense. Pontiac Fire. Is that a dart? It is a dart. There's a dart coming up. Out of all the cars, this is one of them. I have no idea how people could get upset about you being positive and about you being more positive and also sustaining RCR we know and love. I don't feel like we have the right to criticize so harshly about how you make it work. I know, but it's just my own stingy mind saying I can't do without being able to participate. Plus, I try to go after, I think they're just talking about like a furry convention or something like that. That reminds me, I recently started working at a dealership. I couldn't be happier here. Great, good. I attribute lots of my taste in vehicles to your influence. Oh, thanks. A lot of these dealerships of Gen Z social people now, I can see dealership videos on my Instagram Explore the page all the time now. I mean, that's a thing. If I go to a dealership, you're going to have to promote whatever car they have there. So it'd almost be like me working on giveaway videos, right? Color boost. That one's nice. I tend to tilt my head to one side, but this one seems kind of okay. This video's tilted. Yippee-dippy-dip. And a little bit of zoom. There it goes. I like how he had the, is that Super Saiyan Blue Goku or something? I don't know my anime well enough. But I know I do want it stabilized, so we're gonna do that now. Right about there to right about there. So we're gonna go right in here, go to our effects. We need effects tool, we need tracker. There it is. We're gonna focus in on that little dimple right there, or maybe the cleft of its hair or something. Let's try the one piece of hair right there and see if it can track that. Let's go best match. Do your best. And it's tracking. Has it lost it? Not really. It's almost halfway there. It's still got it. Hasn't lost it. Now it starts moving. Almost. Ding, it got it. So now to stabilize this video, go to Operation, Match Move, Background Only, there it is. Go back to this, zoom, find out the bit where it had to do the most correcting and it moved the video off screen, there it is. Zoom in the rest of the way, and there we go. Stabilized video of the anime, Goku, I guess. Is it Goku or Vegeta? Vegeta has a widow's peak. And in fact, we need to zoom in a little bit more. Maybe do a little bit of rotation here. They say it's Goku Black. Okay. Cool. It was a sticker where the hair changes from black to yellow or something. It still blows me away that DaVinci has a free version that's hardly nerfed at all. Yeah, DaVinci's great. Wish I switched to it earlier. In fact, well, I needed to build a new computer before I could do it. So I don't have the narrative done for the Dart, so that's pretty much everything I need from this. Not FW says, I'm graduating from high school on Monday. Congratulations. Thank you for being a consistently positive part of my otherwise crazy life, Mr. Regular. Wow. So I've been doing this for 10 years. So that meant I started doing this when you were in the 2nd grade. Wow. I hope the Dart review has at least 8 minutes of the defeatism of FCA and their inability to release the SRT4 Dart. Yeah, I mean, Dart's a piece of shit. I mean, it's the last compact sedan, right? Yeah. For this guy, it was his first car. And he's all in on Dodge. And I understand that because I had a Neon. But, man, the car is just thrown together. I mean, and he was up front about all the stuff that breaks and things. He's just talking about stuff that went wrong. Of course, it has a hot air intake, you know. Well, I think that's really it for the stream. Ending stream soon. Would the existence of an SRT4 Dodge Dart change the overall opinion? No, it would just change the opinion of, hey, you made an SRT4 Dart. Doesn't mean that it's not a shitty car. It's an economy car with soft suspension. Takes 87 octane. I don't know what you were talking about here. But the difference is, while the Neon was friendly, this thing was not. It had a very angry face. Do I have a front end shot? Yeah, kind of there. Ah, I keep farting. The child's life says everybody loves their first car, don't they? Yes, they do. I'm going to cook dinner soon, but I need to feel like I earned my dinner. Normally, that's why I go to the gym. But I wonder if taking a break from going to the gym every night will help me not feel so tired during the day all the time. I don't really feel like I push myself in the gym, but I do a lot of cardio. Suppose I can go downstairs and go get my laundry as I literally walk away from the screen. Neat thing about wireless mics is that you can still hear me down in the basement. Where are my drumsticks? Yep. These are not in tune. I need to practice these. Heavy. Laundry. Someone tune my tenor drums, because I don't know how. First car, 93 Subaru Impreza. Yes, tenor drums. Time for band. Yep. Matt Daimler took a bath on this, did bought a Chrysler in like 37 billion, sold him at 7. Yeah. All right, so it's time for me to call Matto. And also fold more laundry, because that'll make me feel accomplished. Thank you for watching this stream. Thank you for the super chats. I appreciate that. Helping to keep this channel going. Thank you for taking part in these giveaways. Certainly helping RCR operate as a much larger channel, and also sending us to Australia. Don't know how longer I'm gonna be able to do them. Realistically, they may end at after we get back, which means May, June, July, August, September, October. That's 5 giveaways. Whether we do one in November when we're away for that week or not. And then one in December, and then that may be it. Are any more RCR podcasts in my lifetime? Yeah, probably when I get more time, when I break free of the giveaways. That's kind of how I feel. So, thank you, and I'm going to message Matto so I can have that call with him. Thank you, guys.